courses 2-3 times.
Yeah.
We were grinding that upgrading life. And, I guess at that time, you really don't want to end up as someone who completely failed to get in and whatever. But also, it is your chance to like build wealth in a career. And it really can like get you out of the trap.
Definitely. And too, it was kind of like to be honest with you, if I didn't know about power engineering, I don't know what I would have like chose as like a career path. Like, I don't really know what I would have like, and I can see why a lot of people kind of would get like, I don't know what the frig to do. And I only knew about this because I had like family who did it and friends.
Yeah.
And they were like, yo, it's sweet. But if you didn't have anyone kind of in your ear about that, you wouldn't really have a clue what it was. And then I could see after my 2 years of upgrading and I couldn't get into the course I was getting to, it's like, well, okay, well, I guess I just picked something else. Like, I don't know. I could see how a lot of people can get discouraged from schooling and stuff. And that's why I think, and then too, like it's like you're saying before, it's kind of crazy that you can have a year of schooling and then come out with a career job. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
how many courses do you take at school? Mind you, the tech programs and like the technical schools are more set up for less time in school and setting you up. So I think that's kind of cool. But like for the most part, like university, like you can't do a university course in a year and then have a job. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Just to give people some context, like not going into too much personal detail unless you're comfortable, like on the low end and the high end of a career in power engineering, like what type of salaries can you bring in?
I think just like based on like, it depends on like where you're working at and stuff. But I don't know. I know of like, you can make anywhere from like entry level, like, I don't know, depending on the sector you're in, but like 80, 70, 80 kind of $1,000. And then there's guys that are making like $500,000.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. Like obviously those are, it's not like not everyone gets to progress into like these massive things, but if you do well and then you can, I mean, those bigger paying, the people making that bigger money, they've kind of branched out into different kind of things where they almost have like a bit of a company and they supply people to work at facilities versus like you personally just getting a job somewhere. But like it's just kind of a show that like there's like it's not like you get in and you're capped right away. Like you can progress quite a bit.
Yeah. So in my experience, so I worked a couple power engineering jobs and I worked kind of what people consider in the low end of jobs doing building maintenance because that was the only job available to me. So I was running government buildings essentially. And, that's probably towards the bottom end of the range of salaries in power engineering. And you end up around, let's say 70, 80K per year. I also know people, Hunter and I know people, typically if you go out to the energy sector and you really put in the time and you continue to increase your credentials by doing more and more power engineering tests, guys make, 100, 150, 250, 350. And so the upside and the salary that you can achieve by getting your power engineering credentials is almost like as close to a great paying profession as you can find, Yeah,
right here. I just did a quick Google and we got power engineering salaries from Glassdoor, I guess. And this is in Canada. You got an average of 93,000 a year. And I mean, like an average, like that's pretty fucking solid.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously averages. Right,
we know guys making way more than that.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's pretty, I know that's a pretty solid career. And then too, what is the crazier thing with that is the fact that you can do a year of schooling and come out with that amount. Like, it's not like you needed to do 4 years of schooling to get that average. Like, you just need to, obviously if you're not competent, like you're not going to make competency is what makes you the money. So obviously, if you're not very competent, you're not going to be as inclined to being able to push for higher paying positions within the company you're in and that kind of thing. But I mean, on an average, like that's fucking incredible.
Absolutely.
Like if you told someone that was like 20, like, hey man, or hey girl, if you do this for a year and then maybe do a couple other extra things, like a little bit of extra courses, or maybe progress into your third, you can make this amount. It'd be like, what?
Yeah. And so I think, I mean, I know myself, like back in our early 20s, or I guess 1920, when we were trying to get in, that was a huge driver. Being like, yo, you can make like $200K a year to, after this fourth class power engineering ticket,